Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm jumping onto the trend and I am filming a what I spent in the week. So I've seen this video done by a lot of YouTubers that I follow, and as soon as I saw the trend I knew that I want to do it as well because I get so many questions on finances when it comes to study abroad. How much does it cost to study abroad? How much do you spend on a monthly basis, weekly basis, daily basis? I really hope that this video gives you a little insight into my personal budget. I know that money is like a topic where people don't really talk about openly, but I'm like, why? Like, everyone makes money, everyone spends money. You know, money itself, without spending it, it's just like currency. Like, it doesn't have meaning unless you give meaning to it, and you get to choose what meaning you give to money, so be intentional. If you want to learn more about study abroad finances, how to budget, and how to really make your study abroad dreams come true on the financial side, then you should definitely check out my free study abroad budget guide, where I give you a whole calculation of my personal study abroad budget so that you can come up with your own. And I'm also giving you my best money saving tips. So if you click the link down below in the description box, you can download that for completely free. So honestly, my weekly spendings vary so much, so I decided to show you guys 2 weeks actually, and also 2 months, how I kind of distribute my spendings, because that's what I think is super interesting. And I just recently started like tracking what I spend in a budget like sheet, and that's really interesting because it shows me like how much percentage of my income I spend on, you know, rent and groceries and coffee shops. And yeah, we're gonna talk about that after I break down what I spend in a week. So if you're interested in that, definitely keep watching. In the week that I was tracking here, I actually didn't spend any money on Mondays and Tuesdays, and that is because I have a monthly bus pass, so I don't have to spend money on transport every day. And honestly, sometimes when I'm in uni the whole day, I just, you know, bring my food, I cook at home, and I don't really spend any money at all. So this week, for example, I didn't spend any money Monday, Tuesdays. Wednesday, this is super random, I spent €4.06 in Co-op, which is a grocery store, and I think I went there for like chocolate chips to bake for my work and also something else. So I don't know, I feel like a few random grocery bills always just pop up here and there, but other than that I try to buy like the bulk of my groceries when I go to the grocery shop once per week. By the way, this is all in euros because I have this really cool app from my bank where I can see what I spent using my credit card, and it always gets like translated into euros. So on Thursday, I spent €4.52 in a coffee shop. So I do love to go to a coffee shop once or twice a week. That is a priority of mine because I just really love coffee shops. Whereas then on the other hand, I don't spend money on like makeup or clothing or anything like that. So that's also such a big tip with, you know, saving money, is really know your priorities and know what brings you the most joy, and also, you know, what contributes to your long-term goals. Because I know that me sitting in a coffee shop and, you know, doing work for my clients or editing YouTube content, this is adding up to my future goals. Whereas if I would buy makeup or clothes, would that really contribute to my future vision? Probably not. On Friday, I spent €25.25 in Co-op as well. I can't remember, I bought one more thing. I probably bought chocolate because I'm always running out of chocolate so fast because I always put it into my oatmeal every day. So I don't know. I just don't want to eat my oatmeal without chocolate, so I just get it, you know, anyway. But I also spent £20 on electricity because it's really interesting how it works in my flat. You get like a little USB stick, kind of, and you charge it up in like a grocery store, and that's like your electricity. So I usually spend between like £20–25 per month on electricity. So in that week I bought that, and obviously that's not like something that I spend every week. And on Saturday I went for lunch with my friend Jana to Bio Cafe, which was really fun, and I spent €14.10. Of course, because it's like organic and like sugar-free and, you know, alternative cafe, it's a bit more expensive. But I don't know, I just really, especially on the weekends, I love going out for like food and, you know, being really excited to go there and having nice chats. I just love that. And we had vegan hot dogs, and we also had like a slice of cake, which was was absolutely amazing. And then afterwards I went to Lidl, which is where I usually do my big grocery shop. I either do that in Lidl, I also love to go to Asda, and I also love to go to Morrison's. So I spent 19 euros and 96 cents for my weekly grocery shop, and I've gotten really good at saving money with grocery shopping. I used to spend so much more on grocery shopping using really budget-friendly ingredients, like for example rice or pasta or sweet potato or frozen vegetables, apples, bananas, you know, sticking with budget-friendly ingredients really. And then on Sunday I didn't spend any money. I can't remember what I did on Sunday, but probably I was just at home cleaning, doing laundry. As a total, I spent 68 euros and 16 cents in that week. I thought I would give you guys another week as well. On Monday, in the second week that I tracked, I spent €1.97 in Co-op, which I remember because it was when I invited Marissa and Jana for dinner. I made curry, so I needed broccoli and coconut milk. And then after dinner we went to Krola's, which is one of our favorite ice cream places here in Aberdeen, and I spent €5.49. On Tuesday I didn't spend anything because that was also like uni days and stuff. Wednesday I went to Asda just to grab a few things. That cost me €14.79. On Thursday I went to Craftsman Company, which is a coffee shop here in Aberdeen, and I got a coffee there, a chai latte I think it was, and it cost me €4.18, so good. And then I also had food there, which I usually don't get food when I go to a coffee shop. I usually just get a drink, but on that day in particular I had to go back to uni after the coffee shop, so I didn't have time to have lunch, so I got the baked potato there, and that was €6.91, and that was really good. Friday I didn't spend any money because I think on that Friday I worked from the co-work, which obviously is free for me because it's part of my part-time job. Saturday I went to Tesco's and I spent €22.21. So again, that's like my weekly grocery shop. And then on that weekend I had like a fun like Halloween themed weekend with Marissa, so I spent €7.51 at Starbucks because I paid our 2 drinks. We tried the like Phantom Frappuccino, the vegan like Halloween drink that they had at Starbucks. That was really good. And then I spent €2.89 on cookie ingredients because Marissa and I baked cookies and we needed some more ingredients. Those are just spendings that aren't that much, but that day was just so great. It brought me so much joy, and I'd rather spend that money on those kinds of things than, you know, buy clothes or any tangible items, right? I'd rather spend it on experiences. And then on Sunday I went to the cinema with Marissa to see Maleficent, and that was incredible, absolutely incredible. Marissa and I, we bawled our eyes out because it was so insane. It's such a good movie, oh my gosh. And we spent €10.72 because cinema here is actually not that expensive. In Germany it's much more expensive. I don't know if it's just the one here in Aberdeen. We always go to the Vue cinema. That was €76.67. Now I want to give you a little overview. Since I started tracking like my budget, I have this diagram of my spendings and, you know, how much of my income I spent on what. So for example, in the first month that I was here, I spent a little bit over 50% on my rent. I also had some expenses for household things, which were all things that I just bought once, like cleaning supplies or like really random things that you don't buy that often. So that's also something you have to take into consideration, is that like your first month will probably be a lot more expensive than the other months because you will need things like, I don't know, maybe you need some new pillows or a blanket or, I don't know, dish towels. Keep that in mind. In last month, so this month now, I spent 61% on rent. So rent is always obviously like my biggest expense. This month I did go out a bit more to like restaurants and coffee shops, so I spent 12% on coffee shops, 11% on groceries, so like my grocery and coffee shop bill are kind of the same, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, I did go out to a few restaurants as well. Yeah, I don't know, I just think it's like really interesting to like see where your money goes, and then you can really assess like, oh, okay, if I want to save money, then maybe I have to go less to coffee shops because obviously I can't save money on the rent, or I have to start meal prepping again, so I save even more money on the food, right? So I think awareness is really, really important, and that is why I really hope this video helped you as well. You have different kinds of spending sometimes. I know a lot of people, you know, spend money as well on like the gym or on any subscriptions. I don't have any subscriptions. I don't go to the gym. I do my yoga at home here, and I also don't, you know, Uber, which, because Aberdeen doesn't actually have Uber. I usually don't get taxis because I don't go out anymore. But it definitely used to be when I was like in first year and stuff. I would go out, and then of course you would spend money on, you know, going out. So the entry to the club and drinks and food and taxi and all of those things. Or obviously when I do day trips and stuff, that is when I would also spend a bit more money. But in those 2 weeks that I tracked, I didn't. So yeah, I do recommend that you always have, you know, savings to have like a cushion, because you never know what comes up. Maybe something breaks down. You know, you don't want to leave it up to chance. Don't forget to download my free study abroad budget guide if you want to learn more about budgeting, my best money saving tips, all of those things. Link is down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!